There were 3 songs before this one. 3 songs about her, about leaving, about disappearing, about what avoidant attachment does to someone who's trying to love you properly. And I wrote all of them trying to understand what went wrong. But somewhere in the middle of all that analysis, I stopped asking a different question, a more important one. Not why did she leave, but what exactly did she leave? Because if someone walks away from what I offer, without really seeing it, that says something. Not about me, about the gap between what I give and what she was capable of receiving. This song is about that gap. It's called When I Love You, You'll Know, and it might be the most honest thing I've ever written. If you're new here, welcome. Quick version, 9-month relationship, fearful avoidant partner. She left without a word. I called her 4 months later. She said, yes, I don't care. I wrote, already gone. Then I fed 32,000 of our text messages into an AI, wrote her a letter, and wrote, after the door closed. This song came after all of that, after the grief, after the analysis, after the letter, and it's not about her, it's about me. Or more specifically, it's about what I bring, what I've always brought, what I kept trying to give to someone who couldn't hold it. Here's the thing about loving someone with avoidant attachment. You spend so much time trying to understand them, trying not to trigger them, trying to love them in a way that doesn't scare them, that you completely lose track of who you are. I did that. For 9 months, I calibrated myself to her anxiety. I made myself smaller. I held back. I second-guessed myself constantly. Is this too much? Am I too much? And then she left. And I sat in that quiet. And at some point, I asked myself a question I hadn't asked in a long time. What do I actually bring to someone who's capable of receiving it? And I sat down and wrote this song. The first verse goes, if I love you, you won't wonder. I won't say it every day. You'll just feel safe in the silence, like nothing's about to break. That line, you'll just feel safe in the silence, is the one I'm most proud of in this whole song. Because that's not how most people love. Most people love loudly, grand gestures. They fill the space with noise. I don't do that, and for most of my life, I thought that was a flaw. With Tracy, I questioned it constantly. Was I cold? Was I not showing up in the right way? But no, that's not it. I love in a way that makes the silence feel safe. The way that makes someone feel like nothing's about to break. That's not coldness. That's a different kind of warmth. Then, I'll notice when your voice gets tired. Before you say you're worn, I'll know the weight you're carrying and help you set it down. This is the part of being an INFJ that I've struggled to put into words for years. We notice things before you say them, before you even know you're feeling them. I noticed when Tracy was struggling before she told me. I noticed the shifts in her messages, the timing, the change in tone. I held space for things she hadn't even named yet. She experienced that and ran from it. Because for someone with avoidant attachment, being truly seen is the most terrifying thing in the world. They want connection, but they're afraid of what happens when someone gets close enough to see them clearly. The pre-chorus is where I think a lot of you will recognize yourselves. I don't fall fast, I don't fall loud, I fall when I'm sure I don't give pieces of my heart, I give the whole damn core. I've been misread my whole life as someone who doesn't feel deeply, because I don't show it loudly. I don't fall fast. I don't say, I love you before I mean it. And in a culture that celebrates falling hard and fast, that kind of quiet, deliberate love gets misread as indifference. But it's not indifference. It's the opposite. I don't give pieces of my heart. I give the whole damn core. That's not restraint. That's everything. And I gave that to Tracy, the whole core. And she, someone who could only love in pieces, who kept one foot out the door, couldn't receive it. That's not a failure. That's a mismatch. If I love you, I'm all in. Not just when it's easy to be. I'll stand with you when the lights go out, when no one else can see. There's something I noticed about Tracy's love, and I say this without bitterness. It was conditional on ease. When things were light, she was present. When things got heavy, she withdrew. Avoidant attachment triggers discomfort with closeness. So when the lights go out, they disappear. I'm the opposite. I won't love you for who you might be. If I love you, it's because I see you, and you're safe with me. This line hurt most to write, because I loved the real Tracy, not the performance. I saw underneath that, with care, and I loved what I found. And she ran from it. If I love you, I'll listen. I won't run when things get heavy. I won't disappear. Disappearing was the defining feature of that relationship. I'll tell you the truth gently, but I won't lie to keep the peace. I'd rather have a hard conversation than a quiet kind of grief. A quiet kind of grief is what it looks like when both people stop telling the truth. When the silence is full of things you're both pretending not to feel. The bridge surprised me, because it's the first time I draw a clear line. I'll see you when you're at your worst, and I won't use it against you. But if you leave without a word, I'll let you go with a steady heart. But I won't love the same. Not in anger, with a steady heart. You can love someone fully and acknowledge that what they did hurt you. Those two things can coexist. I still care about Tracy, but I won't love the same. Because I know more now. About what I deserve. About what I bring. You're allowed to love fully and still have a line. I don't do casual love. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm not built for that. For a long time, I wondered if that was the problem. But then I wrote the outro. Some people love for the moment, but if I love you, I'm there for what's broken, what's real. That's what I bring, and the next person I offer that to, they'll know it. If I love you, you'll know. If you've ever been following this series, thank you. The response to Already Gone and After the Door Closed has meant more than I know how to say. There's one more song coming, When It's Right, and that one looks forward, not back. Leave a comment. I read every single one. Subscribe if you want to see where this goes. I'll see you in the next one. Your love was never the problem. Their fear was just louder than your voice.